Morning, warriors. How are you? This morning I was at the door and Daniel asked me, I've got some issues here. Daniel asked me how I was, and I said good. He said, no, you have to say better than I deserve. So thank you for that reminder. Please join me in the pledge to the Bible. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. Join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're working through our catechism questions. We're working through the 10 Commandments and what God teaches us in the 10 Commandments, what our duty is to God, and what our duty is to our neighbor. We know that we're to love God and we're to love our neighbor, and our neighbor is everyone. God is pleased with those who love and obey him, and he's angry with the wicked who do not love and obey him. Our first commandment is to worship the true God and him only. The second commandment is to worship God only as he commands. And then the third commandment is, you shall not take the Lord your God in name in vain. So let's review our second commandment. The second commandment is, you shall not make for yourself a carved image, and then what that teaches you. What is the second commandment? The second commandment is, you shall not make for yourself a carved image. And then the next question is, what does the second commandment teach you? And the answer is to worship God only as he commands, and not to worship God by using statues or pictures. Let's try that. What does the second commandment teach you? To worship God only as he commands, and not to worship God by using statues or pictures. Let's try that again. What does the second commandment teach you? To worship God only as he commands, and not to worship God by using statues or pictures. As I mentioned when we were in the gym, that commandment is a reminder that God is a spirit and is to be worshiped as he commands us in the Bible. We're not to do anything to replace God or to use anything that we would represent God in a way that he does not want to be represented. And as a spirit, he is not represented by pictures or statues, that we worship him in spirit and in truth. This week we're talking, or Mrs. Perez is talking to us about the virtue of thankfulness. Let's welcome up Mrs. Perez.
Good morning, warriors. It's so crazy to think that this time next week, we're going to be having turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing and pie and cake. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Let me stop. I'm just thinking about it. Oh, my goodness. All right, we've been talking about gratitude, right? So gratitude is to be thankful for something, whether it be something someone gives us or does for us, right? And so it reminds me of a story in the Bible where there was these men that had leprosy, right? There was these lepers. And leprosy was when your skin, you would get all these really bad scabs on your skin, and they would make you wrap yourself up like you couldn't expose the scabs, and then they would take you away from your family. You would have to live in the middle of the desert with the rest of the lepers. You're like, man, Mrs. Bettis, way to bring in the morning, right? Like, they got taken from their families? Yes, they got taken from their families. And so Jesus comes along. Now, the thing was that clean people could not come into contact with lepers because that's how you would get the disease as well. So they had to be separated. And so Jesus came to these lepers and he said to them, Go now for you are healed, right? He tells them to go tell the temple leaders. Because if you got healed from leprosy, you had to go to the temple and go show them, like, look, I'm good to go. And then they'd be like, okay, go back with your family. And I'm pretty sure it sounded much more official than I'm putting it. But so Jesus told them, go now, you're healed. So they ran to go, because I would run too, right? I would be excited to see my family if I haven't seen them. And so they ran away to go tell the temple leaders, and only one came back and told Jesus, thank you for what he did. So today and for the rest of the week and the rest of the year, I just want you to remember to always be that one that comes back and says, thank you. Okay? Have a blessed morning.
Well, I know we got a lot of exciting things going on today. Some of you are going on a field trip. We have the pep rally at the end of the day. We have a lot to be thankful for, but we're thankful also for the school and the work and the learning and taking advantage of the opportunities. Let's have a great day, Warriors. The Lord be with you.